Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is ichwanul arfan. I'm a student at the State Islamic University of North Sumatra. In this video, I want to explain the history of the Islamic religion, which we have discussed in one of our courses. Islamic history includes the political, social, economic, military, and cultural development of Islamic civilization. Many historians note that Islam originated in the cities of Mecca and Medina in the early 7th century. The spread of Islam through Islamic custom, Islamic teachings that were implanted through existing cultural devices that had previously developed inventively, leave a legacy of old religions and existing beliefs, which flourished in society at the time, to preserve and then cleanse them from the elements of shirk. Cleanse element, this shirk is an attempt to strengthen the concept of monotheism. In Islamic teachings, the Arabian Peninsula before the arrival of Islam was a very backward region. Most Arabs were pagans and others were followers of Christianity and Judaism. Mecca at the time was a holy place for the Arab people because in that place there are idols of their religion. And there is also a Zamzam well, and the most important thing is the Kaaba. The Prophet Muhammad was born in Mecca in the year of the elephant, namely on the 12th of Rabiul Awal, or April 21. The Prophet Muhammad was once appointed as a judge. At the age of 35, the city of Mecca was hit by a rout. He did not like that atmosphere of the city of Mecca, which was filled with people who had high social problems. Apart from worshipping idols, the people of Mecca and at the time also buried female babies. The Prophet Muhammad spent a lot of time alone in the cave of Hira to find peace and think about the problem of the people of Mecca. When the Prophet Muhammad was 40 years old, he was visited by the angel Gabriel. After that, he taught Islamic teachings secretly to those closest to him, now as as-sabiqun al-awwalun, or the first people to embrace Islam, and then openly to the entire population of Mecca after the revelation of Alqur'an, Surah Al-Hijr, verse 94. In 16,000, the Prophet Muhammad and his followers moved from Mecca and Medina. This event was named the Hijrah. Since that event, the Islamic calendar of Hijriyah calendar began. The people of Mecca and Medina fought with the Prophet Muhammad with good result, even though some of the Muslims were killed. Over time, the Muslims became stronger and succeeded in conquering the city of Mecca. After the Prophet Muhammad died, the entire Arabian Peninsula came under Islamic control. B. Khulafaur Rashidin's government. After the Prophet died, four caliphs took turn ruling the Islamic State: Abu Bakar, Umar bin Khattab, Utsman bin Affan, Ali bin Abi Talib. These leaders were called the Rashidun Caliphs. They were the ones who oversaw the early stage of Islamic conquest, continuing to Persia, Syria, Egypt, and North Africa. After the death of the Prophet Muhammad, Abu Bakr, his close friends, was elected as the first caliph. A number of tribal chiefs refused to continue the agreement they made with Muhammad to Abu Bakr. So they evaded zakat payments and some even claimed to be prophets. Abu Bakr maintained his power through a successful military campaign known as the Riddah War, whose momentum continued throughout the Eastern Roman and Sassanid empires. At the end of the second caliph, Umar bin Khattab, the Arab armies, whose ranks has swelled with the addition of defeated rebels and former royal auxiliaries, defeated Syria and Egypt to Byzantine provinces, while the Sassanids lost their western terrorists, the remainder of which were following soon after. Umar improved the administration of his young empire, ordering irrigation canals to be improved and taking part in the formation of cities such as Basra. Close to the poor, he lived in a simple clay hut with no doors and walked around the street every night. After seeking information from poor people, Umar bin Khattab founded Baitul Mal, a welfare institution for the poor, needy, elderly, orphans, widows, and people with disabilities, both Muslim and non-Muslims. Baitul Mal operated for hundreds of years under the Rashidun Caliphate. In the 7th century through to the Umayyad period and also into the Abbasid era. Umar also introduced pensions for the elderly and allowances for children. When he felt that the governor or commander had become enamored of wealth or was not meeting the required administrative standards, he removed him from office. Expansion was partly halt between 636 during the years of famine in the Arabian Peninsula and heavy plagues in the Levant. But by the end of Umar's time, Syria, Egypt, Mesopotamia, and most of Persia had become part of the Islamic State. When Umar died in 644, Uthman bin Affan, a cousin of Muhammad's grandfather and twice son-in-law, became the next caliph. Because Arabic is written without vowels, speakers of various dialects of Arabic and other languages read the Quran with phonetic variants that can change the meaning. When Uthman bin Affan realized this, he ordered the preparation of a standard copy of the Quran, and copies were sent to several centers of Islam expanding territory. Uthman H. Marwan bin al-Hakam, a relative of Muawiyah, slipped into the void, becoming his secretary and slowly taking control. When Uthman was assassinated in 656, Ali bin Abi Talib, Muhammad's cousin and son-in-law, ascended the position of caliph and moved the capital to Kufa in Iraq. Muawiyah bin Abi Sufyan, the governor of Syria, and Marwan bin al-Hakam demanded the arrest of the perpetrators of the murder. Marwan mobilized everyone and created conflict, which resulted in the First Islamic Civil War or First Fitnah. Ali was killed by the Khawarij in 661. 6 months later, in 661, in the interest of peace, Ali son Hassan made a peace treaty with Muawiyah. In the Hassan-Muawiyah agreement, Hassan handed over power to Muawiyah on the condition that he would do justice to people and not create a dynasty after he died. Muawiyah ultimately violated these requirements and started the Umayyad dynasty, whose capital was Damascus. Hussein bin Ali, who at the time was Muhammad's only surviving grandson, refused to pledge allegiance to the Umayyad family. He was killed at the Battle of Karbala that same year, in an event still celebrated as a day of mourning by cities, the day of Ashura. Unrest now, and as the second fitnah continued, but Muslim rule continued to expand under Muawiyah to Rhodes, Crete, Kabul, Bukhara, and Samarkand, and also extend into North Africa. In 664, Arab forces conquered Kabul, and in 665 pushed into the Maghreb.